Yogarobix Part 2, Day 3. We're going to begin today seated, legs out long in front, feet are flexed, shoulders down, long spine. You should look like the letter L. We're going to close our eyes for a moment just to take a few breaths, becoming present on the mat, leaving everything else off of the mat. Let's begin by taking a deep breath in. And completely empty out your exhale. Deep breath in. Completely empty out your exhale. One more time. Gently open your eyes. We're going to reach the arms overhead as we inhale. And release the arms as we exhale. 2 more times. Walk the right fingertips out. We're going to bring the left arm over the left ear, keeping both sits bones on the mat. You can look up towards the sky. And come back through center. Walk the fingertips out to the left. This time right arm comes over right ear, pushing down through both sits bones. You can also look up towards the sky. Take a breath here. And come back up through center. We're going to twist over to the right. Look over that right shoulder. Come back through center, twist over to the left, look over that shoulder, and come back to center. We're going to reach the arms up overhead, take a deep breath in, and exhale as you hinge from the hips, lead with the chest. You can grab the outsides of those feet or the outsides of the legs, keeping a nice long spine. Take a couple breaths here. Slowly roll it up. This time we bring left arm up and we're going to come over to the opposite leg. Grab the outside of that right foot or maybe right ankle and open up the torso to the right. Take a breath here. And roll it up. This time the right arm comes up. And we're going to twist it over to the opposite side, grabbing the outside of that foot or ankle, opening the torso up to the left. Take a breath here. And coming back up, bring both arms out in front. And we're going to point and flex the hands and feet at the same time. And make a fist, and let's roll the ankles and wrists at the same time. And reverse your circles. Open your fingers and widen your toes. Bring everything in. Open everything up and bring it in. Open it up and bring it in. One more time, and bring it in. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls, just warming up the joints, all the important joints before we jump in. And let's swing the legs around, coming into a tabletop. Knees come under the hips, feet are flat, hands are under the shoulders, widen those fingers. Lift the belly button towards the spine. We're going to curl the toes under. Lift the knees about 1 inch off the ground. And then we're going to straighten the right leg and straighten the left leg. So now we're in a plank. And then we're going to bring it back, bending both knees one at a time. And then straighten. And then bend. Straighten, bend, Continue this as you breathe, keeping the rest of the body nice and still. Keeping those knees low to the ground. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Coming into a plank, we're gonna lift, kind of like you're coming into a downward dog, but we're gonna tap the opposite shin and come back to a plank. Lift that tailbone, tap, come back to a plank. Lift and tap, plank. Lift and tap, plank. Now marry the breath to the movement. Woo! Don't fall. Keep your focus. Slow, controlled movements. If you find your hands slippery and sliding, I suggest a little baby powder on the palms of your hands. Work just great. Go ahead and drop your knees down. Sit back on the heels. Come into a regular child's pose. Forehead melts to the mat. Take a deep breath here. Warming up that body. Starting to feel the heart rate come up. Let's go ahead and round it forward. We're going to curl the toes under and lift the hips, coming into our first downward dog. Pedal those feet as you breathe. Someone asked me the other day, is it normal, to get heartburn after yoga? And I said, it is if you eat or drink right before. So I always try not to eat or drink right before I do yoga. So just thought I would share that. Lifting the tailbone towards the sky. We're going to grab the outside of the opposite leg. So my left arm is grabbing my right leg. I'm going to peek under that armpit and bring my hand back and take it to the other side. Peeking under and release. Take it to the other side. Peek under that armpit. Release. And take it to the other side. And release. Pedal the feet. Take a breath. On your next breath in, right leg comes high. Three-legged dog. Bend that knee, heel towards the glute. And we're going to do a couple hip circles. 3 one way and 3 the other way. Make sure you're breathing. Coming forward, bring that knee towards your chest. Give yourself some height. Step it up. And lower down on that back leg, flatten that foot. We're going to slowly rise, lift those arms up overhead. We're going to twist it open to the right. Bring that back hand towards the back thigh, and we're going to arch the back slightly. Bringing the left hand on the inside of that right foot. Twist open to the sky. Right arm is towards the sky. Take a breath here. And frame that front foot. Pop up on the back foot. Slide into a plank. And come right to your downward dog. Pedal those feet. Lifting that tailbone towards the sky. We're going to grab the outside of that leg, peek under. Take it to the other side, peek. Make sure you're breathing. Other side, peek. One more time, and peek. Pedal those feet, take a breath. Tailbone tips towards the sky. We're gonna lift the left leg, deep breath in. Exhale, bend that knee, heel towards the glutes. 3 hip circles. And reverse, 3 the other way. Coming forward, knee to chest, give yourself some height. We're gonna step it up, lower down on that back leg, flatten that foot. Slowly rise, arms overhead. We're gonna twist open to the left now, sink into that front hip. Bring the hand back on that thigh and arch slightly. Take a breath. We're gonna place the right hand on the inside and twist the left arm open, looking up towards the sky. Take a breath and frame that foot. Pop up on the back leg, slide it back, coming into a plank, chaturanga. We're gonna come forward or drop the knees down to modify. Breathe in, exhale, flip the feet, open it up. Alexa, play spa music.
Got it. Station, spa on Amazon Music.
Sorry. Okay, we're gonna bend the knees, curl the toes, come back to our downward dog, pedal the feet. I don't know what happened there, Alexa just shut off. Breathe, breathe, pedal, and we're gonna tuck the tailbone up towards the sky. On your next breath in, right leg comes high, 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, we're gonna come forward, right knee to right elbow. Come back up, breathe in. Exhale, right knee to left. Come back up, 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Bring it back up, breathe in. And exhale, right knee to left elbow. Come back up one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna come forward, lift that knee, give yourself some height, and step it up. Keeping the back leg lifted, we're gonna slowly rise. You can interlace those fingers to help you rise up. Coming into a high lunge, arms overhead, take a deep breath in, and twist, open to the right. Bring that hand to the back thigh and arch back. Bringing the left hand on the inside of that foot, right arm, twist open to the sky. Take a breath. And then we drop that knee down and lift. Drop it down and lift. Drop it down. Frame that foot, slide it back. Chaturanga, drop the knees down to modify, or breathe in, exhale, flip those feet, and open it up, upward facing dog. Bend those knees, curl one toe, then the other, downward dog. Pedal those feet. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. On your next breath in, left leg comes high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, come right back up, breathe in. Exhale, left to right. Come right back up, breathe in. Exhale, left to left. Come right back in, breathe in. Exhale, left to right. Come up one more time, breathe in. Exhale, we're gonna step it up, give yourself some height. Keep the back leg lifted. Slowly rise. Help yourself up. Arms overhead, high lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Over to the left. Bring that hand to the back thigh. Arch it back. And cartwheel it down. Twisting the left arm to the sky. Looking up towards that hand. We're gonna drop that back knee and lift. Make sure you're breathing. And frame that front foot. Slide it back. Chaturanga, drop the knees down. This time we're gonna come all the way to our bellies. Coming into a Sphinx pose. Bring those elbows right under your shoulders. We're gonna tighten the core to lift that belly off of the mat so it's not resting on the mat. Lift that belly off the mat, pressing through the hips, pressing through the tops of the feet. We're going to widen the fingers as much as possible. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the arms and lower. Straighten, lower. Straighten, lower. 2 more. And go ahead and lower down all the way to your belly. We're gonna bend those legs, bring them in, grab the tops of the feet, keeping the knees in line with the hips. We're gonna take a breath. Tighten the core by lifting the belly button. Deep breath in, and exhale, lift up. And lower, don't let go of the feet. Take a breath. Tighten the core, lift that belly button. Breathe in, exhale, lift. And lower. Gently release those feet. Hands come under the shoulders, curl those toes under. Come right into your downward dog. Pedal those feet. From here, we're gonna walk the hands back, coming into a forward fold. Slowly roll up. Bring the arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, swan dive it down. Walk those hands back to a plank. Once you're in your plank, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 shoulder taps, and we're gonna walk it back up. You can bend the knees if you need. Come into your forward fold. Roll it up, breathe in. Exhale, dive it right down, walk it out. Coming right back to your plank. Tap, 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 tap. We're gonna repeat this 2 more times. Walk it up, forward fold. Roll, inhale, exhale. Walk, walk, walk. Tap, 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 tap. Walk it up. Last one. Forward fold. Roll it up. Arms overhead and dive it down. Walk those hands out. Do your 4 taps. And let's come right into a downward dog. Pedal the feet, take a deep breath. Tailbone up towards the sky. Lift up on those tippy toes. We're gonna walk it to the front of our mat. Forward fold, feet are hip distance. We're gonna activate the thighs, lift the tailbone towards the sky, tighten the core, bringing more weight into the balls of your feet and toes and off of your heels. Hands can hang heavy. The upper body can hang heavy. You can have a bend in your knees here. And let's slowly begin to rise, 1 vertebrae at a time. Breathe in, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. It's good to let blood flow to different parts of your body that doesn't normally get blood flow, like your head. There's a lot of benefits to that. Just, even like when we lay on our back with our legs up, like legs up on a wall, letting that blood drain out. It's just good for circulation, especially in parts of your body that don't get it often. All right, let's bring our hands to our heart. Lift up on all 5 toes on that left foot. Place them down one at a time to really spread through that foot. We're going to lift the right knee. Place that foot wherever is comfortable in tree pose. Keeping those hips nice and open. Now you should be able to hold your tree pose for a little while. So if you're wobbling, try to bring your foot down. Maybe to the shin area, or maybe one toe on the mat and heel on your ankle. We're gonna find our focal point a few feet in front of us. Take a deep breath. We're gonna reach the arms up overhead. Hands come together. And from here, we're gonna bring our hands to our heart. Knee comes back to the front, and we're going to come right into Warrior 3. Airplane arms. Tap the toe as you bend the front knee, and then lift. Tap the toe, bend the front knee, lift. Tap the toe gently and lift. Use that glute to lift. And then we're going to gently land on that back foot. You might need to heel toe it open a little bit wider to widen your stance. Coming into Warrior 2, opening up those arms. We're gonna reach it front. Deep breath in. Exhale, come back to Peaceful Warrior. Coming right into Humble Warrior. That right arm is over that right ear. Chest is open. Take a deep breath. See if you can place your fingertips on the mat and open that chest. This time, arms are stacked, one over the other. And we're gonna turn, and we're gonna begin to walk the hands over to the side, straightening on that front leg and turning that foot. So now both feet are pointing to the right side of our mat. Forward fold, let the torso hang heavy here. Coming into a flat back, popping up on those fingertips, lifting the belly button towards the spine, back to forward fold. Coming right back up, halfway lift the belly button towards the spine. This time, left hand comes to the center of the ground, and we're gonna open up, right arm to the sky. Can I help you? Oh, gotta love quarantine. Say hi to Laura, everyone. And let's replace that hand with the right hand. We're gonna lift the left towards the sky, twisting open. Oops. And we're coming back. This time we're gonna walk towards the back of our mat, turning that foot, bending on that knee. And we're gonna do the opposite of what we just did. We're gonna open up. Arms are stacked on top of one another. And then we're coming right into Humble Warrior. Place that forearm on the thigh. Bring that left arm over that ear. Coming right into Peaceful Warrior. And Warrior 2. Straightening on that front leg. Turn that foot. Hands come here. Really? Sorry. Hands come to your hips, and we're going to bend from our hips, keeping a nice flat back. We're going to stop halfway, bring the arms out, and continue down. This time we're going to walk those hands out, pushing back with the glutes. So we're not bringing the whole body forward, we're pushing back with the glutes as we pull forward with our torso, getting a nice stretch through the back. And then we walk it in. Walk our hands back to the front as we turn and bend on that front leg, coming into a low lunge. Slide that leg back and come right into downward dog. Pedal those feet. Pedal, 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 pedal. Take a breath. And step it up. Right foot, then left. Forward fold. Slowly roll it up. Arms overhead. Hands to heart. Lift all 5 toes on the right foot. Place them down one at a time, spreading through that foot. Standing nice and tall, hands to heart. We're going to place that foot where it's comfortable, where we're able to stand for a good period of time comfortably in our tree pose. Opening up those hips. Nice long stance. We're going to breathe in, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come together. Make sure you're focusing. Take a breath. Bringing the hands back down to the heart. We're going to bring that knee back to the front. And this time, come into Warrior 3. Hands come back to airplane. And we bend and tap. Lift with the glute. Bend, tap that toe. Lift with the glute. Bend, tap that toe. Lift. And this time, we gently fall back on that back foot. You might need to heel toe into a wider stance. Warrior 2. Reach front. Tip it back. Peaceful warrior. This time you straighten on that front leg. Reach it back a little further. And come back to Warrior 2. Arms. Reach front as far as you can. Tip into your triangle. Open that chest. Arms are stacked on top of one another. Take a deep breath. Turn and let's bring both hands down to the mat on the inside of that foot. Left hand touches the mat. Right arm twists open, torso twists open, coming into revolve triangle. Take a breath. And we're going to frame that front foot, bending on that front leg, turning on the ball of the back leg, bend, and we're going to step into a standing split. We're going to wrap the right hand around that ankle, keeping the left fingertips on the mat. See if you can bring nose to knee. And let's step it up. Pedal those feet. Forward fold. Slowly roll it up. Breathe in. Arms overhead. Exhale. Dive it down. Hands come to the mat. We're going to bend those knees, come back to a plank, and hold your high plank here. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, bring it back. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Continue. Breathing. Keep those legs high. This is great for the waist and the obliques. And 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down. Widen those knees. Big toes come together. Sit back on those heels. Melt the chest and the forehead towards the mat. Take some deep breaths here. And let's round it up. Come into a tabletop. Swing those legs around. And we're going to do some ab work. Let's slowly begin to roll back, very slowly and gently. And I'm gonna scooch back. You need plenty of room for your legs here. We're gonna lift our legs up like legs on a wall. Again, this is great for circulation. Just getting the blood moving from places that normally don't. So, we're gonna take a deep breath in. Make sure you tuck those hands under your glutes just a little bit. And we're gonna drop the right leg down, round it right back up. Drop the left leg down, round it right back up. Continue, breathing. Now we reverse it. We're gonna round that leg, bring it right in front and up. Round it around and bring it up. Round it around, bring it up. Make sure you're breathing. And this time, we're going to do both legs. We're going to drop them down, round them, back up. Drop it down, round it up. This time, we do the opposite. We round and lift. Round and lift. Round, lift. One more time. Hug it in. Take a deep breath. And don't get up like I just did. I'm just scooting up so you can see me. Stay on your back. We're going to come onto our forearms here. Really rolling open the chest. Bring both toes to the mat so knees are in line with the hips. So knees come right over the hip. And we're going to lift and tap, lift and tap. Very simple, slow movements. These are one of my favorite core workouts because it's very gentle, but it's very effective, especially for that low fupa area that we all have, our problem area. This works the lower core and the pelvis. This is great for if you, have issues with your pelvis from maybe giving birth. You should start to shake right about now. And let's go ahead and lay back. Hug it in. Take a breath. Give yourself a little back massage by rocking back and forth. And bring those heels in close to your glutes. Hands come down to the mat. Really widen those fingers. We're going to just do a couple bridge lifts and lowers. So we're not going to stay in the bridge. We're just lifting and lowering. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Lift and exhale to come down. Lift, come down. Lift, come down. Lift, come down. This time, see if you can bring your right leg out and lift. Come down. Keep that leg low. We don't need it way up high. Keep it lower than that left knee. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, and lower. Bring that foot back to the mat. Left leg comes out now. We're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep going. And bring those feet in. We're going to bring the legs out long. We're going to lift up onto our forearms and then onto our hands. So the fingers are facing us, facing our bodies. We're going to do some reverse planks here. Really widen those fingers. Roll those shoulders open, opening up that chest. And we're going to bring that belly button towards the spine. Take a deep breath in. Lift. And exhale, lower. Breathing in to lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. One more time. Hold it. And now lower. Whew, that was rough. Slowly lay back. Bring that right knee in, bend it in towards the chest. Open it up to the right, opening up that hip. Coming back through center. Straighten that leg. Flex both feet. You can bring the arms out to the side like a T, and we're going to open up that leg to the right, not letting it touch the ground. Lift, using your core, bring it back to center, and we're going to let it come over to the left, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Lift, using the core. Open over to the right. Don't let it touch the ground. Make sure you're breathing. Lift to center. One more time to the left. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Lift with the core. Hug that knee in. And lower it down. Bend that left knee this time. Hug it in towards the chest. Open it up to the left, opening up that hip. Come back, hug it into the chest, and lift that left leg, flexing both feet. Both arms come out to a T. We're going to open it up to the left, not letting it touch the ground. Use that core to lift. And this time over to the right, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Lift with the core, coming back through center. Over to the left. Lift with the core. Over to the right. Don't let the shoulder blades come off the mat. Lift it up. Hug that knee in. And bring both feet to the mat. We're going to bring the hips over to the left. Let the knees come to the right. You can open up that left arm, look over towards that left hand. Take a deep breath here. And come back up through center. Center that body. We're going to bring the hips over to the right, just an inch. And let the knees come down to the left. You can bring that right arm out, look over towards that hand. Take a breath here. And let's come back to center. We're going to rock and roll up to a seat, or you can just turn to your fetal position and come up to a seat that way if you're not comfortable with rocking and rolling. If you are going to rock and roll, come into a little ball, like a little dead bug. And just using that core to give yourself some movement. Trying to keep your legs as tight to your body as you can. And have a seat. We're going to do a little bit of stretching just to work on our flexibility. And then I will let you guys go. Let's come into a nice middle split or straddle, whatever you like to call it. If you have a block, you can use it. And flex the feet. We're going to hinge from the hip, lead from the chest. Coming forward, I like to use the block just to lean on, but you don't need it. You can use your fingertips and just have them rest on the ground. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe you come out a little further. Take a couple breaths here. And let's come up to center. We're going to come over to the right, wrap our fingers around that big toe, open our chest, bring that left arm over that left ear, and just try to touch that foot with your left hand as well, but keep the chest open. Both sits bones on the mat. Come up through center. No, I'm not done. I wish you would stop opening the door. I'm not done. Ugh, sorry. Almost done. Let's come over to the left. Wrap your fingers around the big toe. Keep that chest open. Take a breath here. And open it up. Let's bend those knees. Come on in. And we're going to come into a seated meditation. Hopefully without interruption. I know you guys understand. It's a weird time right now. Everybody's home. If you have kids, I definitely know you get it. It's not easy. So if you showed up today on this mat and you're here right now, good for you. All right, come into a nice comfortable seat. You don't have to have a block to sit up on. I just prefer it. You can come into crisscross applesauce or half lotus, sitting up nice and tall. You can bring the hands into your lap or on your knees, maybe one on your heart, one on your belly. I just like to feel my breath. Close your eyes. We're gonna just take some deep breaths, trying to be present. If you start to find that you're thinking of stressful thoughts, try to come back to the present. Maybe by using your word that brings you happiness, like love or joy or happy, and that usually kind of brings us back to the present. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. We're going to continue breathing like that just for a few moments, and then I'll let you guys go. Let's gently bring our hands to our heart. Give yourself a smile. We're going to finish with 2 ohms. If you prefer to continue with your meditation, you can go ahead and shut the video off and continue on. Otherwise, let's take a deep breath in. One more deep breath in. Go ahead and give yourself one more smile. Gently open those eyes. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. If you're somebody whose pet does not like the ohms. I think that is hilarious. I've had a couple people say their dogs either come running or their kids come running when they hear it. Some people's dogs don't like it and they kind of howl with me. So I think that is awesome. I love those stories. So please send me all of your stories while you're doing yoga. As you can see, you kind of, what you see is what you get. I am me, this is me. It's not going to be a big production, a professional setting. It's just me in my living room. My kid's going to come in and out, and that's just the way it is. So I think most of you prefer it that way, and that's why you're here. If you wanted that big production, there's plenty of other people out there that have that. So anyways, I just appreciate you for being here, and I hope to see you tomorrow for day 4. Have a great rest of your day. Hang in there. We can get through this and keep showing up for yourself. Namaste. See you on the flip side.